What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all enjoying this Victory Monday. That is correct. The Eagles now 4-2, pulling off that beautiful W yesterday. We got to relax, enjoy, watch a game where we just beat the hell out of a team. And we talked about it all last week. Got excited for this game. Talked about having a stack party. Talked about this defense with all these young pieces stepping up. We got to see that yesterday. So today is a day of celebration. Hope you're all starting your week off just fine. I know I was talking my trash, and I will continue to do so. And look, we're going to enjoy today. And then, of course, tomorrow we are behind enemy lines. And it sounds like might have a short day at work, so I might actually be able to get the damn show out at a decent time tomorrow. So check that bad boy out, and you'll get to know everything about the Eagles' Week 8 opponent, the Cincinnati Bengals. But right here, right now, we're going to talk about this Eagles-Giants game. We'll talk about what we saw. We'll talk about some other things in between there. We'll give you the PFF grades I know you guys enjoyed. We'll take a look at the NFC East standings. We'll go over the snap count, and I'll take some of these mailbag questions and topics. So appreciate y'all tuning in. If you have anything on your mind, you know I'd love to hear it. Let me hear how you're feeling about this game, about the next game, whatever's on your mind. That's what we're here to talk about tonight. So let's rock and roll. Appreciate you all. And I cannot thank you enough for hitting that like button, sharing this stuff, subscribing to the channel. All those things truly mean the world because I can't do this stuff without you guys. When you do that, it truly helps. So thank you for that. And let's rock and roll here, baby. Jump over to the comments real quick, and then we'll jump into everything else. Koch's mom, appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Let's rock and roll on this Victory Monday. And I'm all about beating those Bengals. Let's go. So we're going to talk about some things, but anything on your mind. And yeah, always enjoy that winning. And it's much more bearable, but still there's people, going to lose their minds. Nina, let's have it go. Appreciate you tuning in. Koch's mom, Nina, thank you for getting those into the mailbag. We'll go over what you guys had to say here, and we're going to jump into this information first, then we'll get to that. But again, anything on your guys' minds, let's hear it. But I want to show you, first and foremost, something happened earlier. Already have a video out. You can go check that out. But we signed Tariq Castro-Fields to the practice squad. John Ross placed on the practice squad IR. So you can go check that video out. Learn all about old Tariq Castro-Fields there. We've talked about him on the show before when he was formerly with the Commanders, Niners as well. So go check it out. But also wanted to give you those NFC East updated standings here. As you can see, Commanders still atop, but we're coming for that ass. And 4-2, Cowboys 3-3, and then of course the Giants still at the bottom, 2-5. Ha 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 ha. So we talked about it being the first divisional matchup, needing to get these divisional wins. Don't care how much their offense is struggling. They got a good defense. It's a divisional match. You can't sleep on anyone in their house. Shitty turf. We got to stay healthy, right? So we went into this understanding that, but we also understood the fact that we've been patient for a while here, and we knew what was coming, but the media, the casual fans, obviously sitting here telling us all the things this team couldn't do, who needed to go, all this. A few weeks into the season, and well, as we talk about in these parts, staying patient and understanding things will go a long way. So we're going to talk about all of that, and I'm ready to rock and roll. And congrats again to you. Going to be a girl, that's what's up. Congrats to you and the family again there, little G. And love to see you guys sharing that love. And I preach it in these parts, Dank, and especially with new coordinators and all these new players. I emphasized it this offseason that there would be bumpy roads and we would be okay through them. Didn't need to lose our minds, but, we've seen it. So let them lose their minds. They'll keep hating. We'll keep educating. So let's take a gander at these old snap count here. And as you can see, all the snaps on offense and special teams are here. Then we will look at the defense. Hurts played 54, and obviously Kenny Pickett got 12 snaps because, we were beating their ass so badly that we had our backup quarterback in for most of the fourth quarter. Hilarious. But Hurts, 10 for 14, 114 yards, had that touchdown pass to Brown, which was awesome. But, really didn't need to do much because, we kind of ran the ball down their throat with Saquon Barkley. And He was only in there for 35 snaps, but he got the job done. Kenny Gainwell had 24, Shipley had 9, Van Sumeren 5 snaps at the bottom there. Look, dude, that's awesome that he was playing fullback. We talked about Goddard being out. We're going to need to find other ways to block, run the damn ball, and oh my Lord, we ran that damn ball. So Calcaterra and Stoll sucked ass at blocking, as they've continued to do. Don't enjoy that. And Calcaterra would like to see a little bit more in the receiving department. But wide receiver, we saw Devontae out there do absolutely nothing. So, of course, the media is freaking out. I saw it. That's hilarious. Don't care. Devontae Smith's still one of the best wide receivers in the game. We were running the ball down their throat. Didn't need to. But AJ got the job done where he needed. Jahan, we tried. Okay. Paris Campbell was in there. Johnny Wilson. Some of these guys getting garbage time. Calcaterra and Stoll. Only 2 tight ends we had on the roster. So they had to get the job done there. 3 less snaps there for Stoll. And then you see on the offensive line, obviously Becton. He was banged up, only saw 15 snaps because of that concussion. That blows. Hopefully he's all right, but Steen came in. We believe in Steen's future here, so next man up. Let's effing go. Then on the defensive side of the ball, let's turn the page here. Looking at, Nakobe Dean leading the way. Love to see him balling out in this game. Dude, those 2 sacks, putting Daniel Jones in the dirt, doing his damn thing. Saw Bond out there. Burks was getting some play. Trotter Jr. was getting some play. So I enjoy that. The edge guys, they were feasting. Dude, Carter had a couple sacks on the interior. So everybody was getting theirs. And I think, when you look at the edge here, Sweat led the way with 36. That's no surprise. Bryce Huff had 27, 26 for Nolan. But Nolan started the game. We talked about Huff coming in as a rotational piece, but he still sees more snaps there. But, dude, he got a sack. Hey, you get a sack. Tiffany was saying about Oprah before the game, and yeah, that's what we were talking about. I want to see a sack party in this game, over 5 sacks, and, well, we got over 5. We got 8. So all about it. Jalix Hunt, my guy from before the draft, he got himself a strip sack. That was beautiful. And look, this team, it was truly awesome to see them clicking on all cylinders. They just need to continue to do that against better opponents. You just got to continue to grow. We got to stay patient here. So, this defense, the interior, I've seen some complaints about Jordan Davis only seeing 12 snaps, the least amount of the guys. But look, they weren't running the ball. They were down, so they were passing. He's not really your passing down defensive lineman, and I know people don't understand that in the media world, but God, I wish they would. Jalen Carter led the way, though, 46. You had Milton Williams, 27. Ajomo got 22. Booker had 13. Bro, we talk about it. It's a rotation, and whoever the hot hand, whoever's getting some, go get it. And I think it's hilarious to see people. These are very young pieces we have here, and they have bright futures. So let's just tone it down on the getting rid of everybody before they develop. But we talked about the backers. We talked about the line, the secondary here. Yeah, Quinyon Mitchell, 49 snaps there, and that's 84%. Obviously, the way we were winning, a lot of these other guys got that garbage time. So, for the most of the game, Reed, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and Mitchell in the secondary saw most of the snaps. Slay played 48, Cooper DeJean 42, 10 snaps each for Maddox and Rogers, and then 9 for Ringo, Sidney Brown, Tristan McCollum. And you saw Sidney Brown making a play. You know how excited I am to have him back in this defense. So really, really, I thought overall we're starting to see, what we want. And I told you, look, as much as I love Jalix Hunt, you got to stay, patient here, let him develop. And we talked about, Quinyon Mitchell, talked about Cooper DeJean. These guys are ones that you could see starting sooner rather than later. And, well, you're seeing them start. And this is where we have been of the mindset that this would be happening. So while everyone's, jumping ship and losing their minds, we're right here. We're focused. We know this team is doing the same, and that's all we can ask for. And they had a great game. And here's the PFF grades. I know you guys love that stuff. Here's the top 5 guys with the minimum of 25 snaps. You can see AJ leading the way. He did his damn thing when he needed to. Coop DeJean, second place there. Yeah. Thomas Booker getting his. Saquon Barkley. And what's weird is Booker only had 13 snaps, so I don't know why they have him here as the third, right? Didn't we just see that? Whatever. Saquon Barkley there, 84. And then you see Milton Williams there, 78.7. Maybe they were counting special teams snaps too. I don't know. We'll take a gander right here right now. We're going to start her off with the offense here with these little PFF grades I know you guys love. Again, there's AJ leading the way. Saquon, he is second there, 84.3. You got Jalen Hurts, 78.2. Then Cam Jurgens, let's effing go. He was going up against Dexter Lawrence. We talked about it. He was at the bottom of this list last week. Love to see that. Number 4, let's effing go. Then you got Lane Johnson, of course. Ben Van Sumeren, he was out there doing his damn thing. Love to see that. Landon Dickerson, then Becton for his few snaps. Driscoll did well when he was in. Johnny Wilson, Paris Campbell, Gainwell. Once you start going in this range, though, you're getting a little iffy. So not the greatest of games from Devontae Smith, Dotson. Fred Johnson definitely had his struggles in the beginning, but I thought he cleaned things up near the end. Jack Stoll was not good. Neither was Calcaterra. And I thought, they definitely, when we talk about, we didn't have to pass much. So these numbers are skewed even because if you look at their grades, it's like, oh, they did great in pass blocking. Like, oh, yeah, I'm sure that helped them anyways. So Tyler Steen was in there not doing great, but still believe in the kid. I'm all right there. And then Will Shipley not doing too great with his opportunities. And that's all right. We talk about him. He is the future when Kenny Gainwell is gone. Will Shipley will step up next year. So all about that. But those are the PFF grades for the offense there. And then on the defensive side of the ball, as you can see, I really think, Sidney Brown leading the way there. That's pretty cool, right? First game back. But you guys know how I felt about him before the draft last year when we got him. I've been through the roof. You saw the video, the defense. I broke it down, how this defense works. And, we talk about Cooper DeJean, Sidney Brown, CJ Gardner-Johnson, these versatile defensive backs. It's going to get fun. And then you see Coop at number 2. So it's like, oh, what have I been saying to you? And there they are, top 2 in this game. How nuts is that? So just stay patient, guys. I promise you I will not lead you astray. Thomas Booker there, Milt, then Nakobe Dean, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Trot Jr., Zach Bond, BG. You had Reed, Slay, Nolan Smith, Avonte Maddox is up there. Bryce Huff having a good game. Hey-oh. Kaylee Ringo, Jalen Hunt, my dude, Isaiah Rodgers, Tristan McCollum. Look at this, dude. Oren Burks, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and Quinyon Mitchell, which is so funny that those are the lowest rated guys. And, those are our future. I don't give a shit what the media says or anybody. I really don't care. They are the future, and they will have bad games, and things will happen against veteran pieces that, have played the game for a while. That's fine. These kids, they are a very bright future. They are cornerstones to that bright future for the Philadelphia Eagles. So you see how they did in this game. We talked about it. You saw me talking my shit all week, but I backed it up right before the game started by one more post letting people know, I know people don't want to hear it, but they're going to get this shit together, and this defense is continuing to get better. And I know everybody, Fangio sucks, everybody sucks, you got to fire. I've stayed firm in my belief and explanations throughout the offseason as to these times that we would be in, and we're in them. So I'm not going to jump ship. I'm not going to lose my mind because we've talked about these moments and growing into them. And here we are right here, right now, growing into that team we talked about. And I still think they are that Super Bowl team. I've talked over and over again about the fact that you would need to develop quickly. Some things may need to happen where we see some of these young guys and, well, it's football, so things happen like injuries and just bullshit and trades and all kinds of crazy stuff. So we've seen it, and now we're living in it, and now we're getting excited, right? So get excited. I'm telling you. And look, he did okay, but you saw the PFF stats there. They had him not doing too well. But I think he was one of those guys like Fred Johnson, getting thrown in there. I thought he did well in the end. And look, how I feel about Steen and his future. So obviously, when I talk about Steen and when I mentioned the day we drafted him, my source telling me, Stout saying he reminds him of Brandon Brooks. And that's where my excitement from day one has been and what we've talked about, his game and versatility. Excited for him. So, you want to draft from good teams, man. That's for sure. And, man, big fan of Steen in these parts. So, and, it was pretty bad. You saw Tracy and Singletary, nothing, man. So, Look, let people continue to say weird stuff and not understand what they're talking about. It's crazy. Tiffany, appreciate you tuning in. Let's go Birds. And yeah, Steen will get there. Just let him continue to develop here, and we'll be all right. And yeah, and look, and we talked about this. That's the kind of talent they were, and that's why I was so excited about both of them before this draft. And you saw me on draft day when we got Quinion, and then you saw me the next day when we traded up, and is it going to be Cooper? And it was Cooper to Gene. Like, I was losing my effing mind, dude. Like, I love doing, we did it 2 years now, those live drafts. We're going to keep doing them. It was really exciting to see 7 of our 9 draft picks were guys that I had as pre-draft fits. We talked about at length about these guys. Jalix Hunt, you saw the media when we drafted him. No one's ever heard of him. That's crazy. I have a video talking in depth about him and clips sharing, stuff where we talk about Jalix Hunt and we talk about all these players where if they would do the work, they would understand why this team had those pieces on their board and why they added them because, well, they're going to help. And sure enough, we got a lot of pieces helping right away. Some of them we talk about being patient with because they're not needed right away. Will Shipley, you got to develop him. Jalix Hunt. They're deep down the depth chart for a reason, and it's okay. That is okay. Touchdown or whatever. Oh, man. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on the betting stuff. And I finally could have had a good one at the end of the night. And I was out to eat with Chelsea, and I looked, and I was like, oh, man, all that needs to happen is the Jets win by 3. And I literally looked at her. I was like, I really want to trust Karen Rodgers. And it was a tough one, but it was like, yeah, you'll be pissed if you don't win the money. I'm like, yeah, Steelers aren't that good. Russell Wilson coming, I don't see it. The Jets got a good defense. Yeah, should have just cashed out. But yeah, I can't believe it either. It's a beautiful thing, it truly is. And I say that every game. It's awesome to watch him and watching him beat the hell out of the Giants. Oh, that's pure gold, and I know he enjoyed it. And AJ's the man. I enjoyed that too. Entire Giants fans. Yeah, how about it? But we definitely don't need him at this moment. That's for sure. Let's effing go. Happy Victory Monday to you. We went over the snap count, PFF grade. That's always stuff you guys can go back and check out, pause it, do whatever you want to get that information. But we're here now, and we're going to answer some of those mailbag questions from you channel members. Too busy. Yeah, I saw there was something about that. I didn't click on it. It was like a notification. I was like, I'm good on that. But he's a weirdo, dude. He's probably eating horse paste or something. Who knows? Straight drifter. Not a cool drifter either. Because I'm a drifter. He's a weirdo. Anyways, let's jump over here. And we've got Kachi's mom in the house, and she's jumping the gun here a little bit. She wants to talk about Jacksonville. But wrong cat. So we got the Bengals this week. Then we'll talk about them Jaguars. But look, no matter what game, you want to do the things that work, but you don't want to keep the same game plan. Every team is different. And that's why I have these shows each and every week where we break down the opponent. And we're going to do that tomorrow when I talk about the Cincinnati Bengals on, of course, as you sickos know, behind enemy lines. So, no matter what team it is, your offensive game plan should be running the ball with Saquon Barkley and then allowing your MVP, caliber quarterback to man the ship where you've got so many weapons. So the offense, you just go pound people. And there are certain ways to attack different teams. As a dominant team, as I believe we are, you have to set the tone. You have to set the pace. You let them know what you're doing. They have to adjust. So that's what this offense is built on, running that effing ball. You just saw the picture of Saquon waving there to you. That's what needs to go down. Running the ball all the time. You got a running back like him with this offensive line, no excuse not to. And then you can do your fancy passes and bullshit when you need to. But more running the ball is always what I'm about. But on the defensive side of the ball, Dougie P has had a lot of struggles this year. They have been atrocious. And now they just lost Etienne. We'll see for how long, but they have not been good. They got Brian Thomas Jr. That was a great pick for them. But a lot of talent, just not doing much. And, for Dougie P, he can come get this work. Vic Fangio, this defense, we'll be ready for them. And more so this week, as we break down that team tomorrow, and then throughout the week, and then, of course, the top matchups, we'll talk about, what we got to do. You got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. So, yeah, dude, this is going to be fun. Quinyon Mitchell really going to be able to step things up. Cooper DeJean, Slay, we'll see what happens. But it's going to be fun to break down all week. But each week you got to go in and, you learn from what works. You take from that. But if you get stagnant and you do the same dumb shit over and over again like we dealt with last year, you're doomed, because that's not how the NFL works. You might know what works, but so do other teams. They're watching tape on you. They're figuring it out. They know you're going to try to do this. So maybe you're really good at something that doesn't matter, like running the ball. Like, there's different ways to run the ball, right? So you attack teams at their weakness, or you just run it down their throat because you're that good, right? So that's what I mean, where, like, if you're struggling or something, then you adjust, right? But this team, they're dominant. You could beat teams all over the place. I think sometimes we just jump the gun and start passing too quick, because it's like, bro, you can run all over anybody. Let Saquon get going here, dude, and we can plow through anybody. So, yeah, but the defense, what's cool is what I explained, this offseason, and each year we've talked about, this multiple scheme defense. Now that we've actually got Vic Fangio and not just pretenders, we got the real guy here. And we talk about each week being able to go up against anybody, because you have all of these different multiple schemes at your behest, and you have all these versatile players that can play all these different roles. So you can use different packages, use different, sets, and dude, players can be playing different positions at, different times in the game, but also each week, starting different players, doing things where you feel this guy's got a better matchup. He plays better against you. Thought Nolan Smith would do better, starting the game and rotating in. It's just little things where it's like, yeah, they're going to change stuff each week, little things individually, but that's just part of football, right? I think, so you do what works, but you got to adjust, and you have to keep the other team in mind. So there's so much that goes into it, but that's the fun part about football, and that's the fun part of doing all these shows throughout the week, just talking about all this stuff. But that's all right. Bengals, no doubt, and Dougie P. Look, he, I love Dougie P, but he's about to catch this ass whooping once we get done with those Bengals. Right here, fumbling the ball out of the end zone, Chargers. Well, he's definitely somebody that fell off the face of the earth as soon as he got drafted. Just terrible. That's crazy. Yeah, he's a weirdo, that's for sure. Yeah, that's crazy that they got Reddick back. Rodgers like, here we go. But he's a running back. He's a good running back too. Jets getting out in the market, no doubt. I guess you're taking Bengals and Jaguars, right? But yikes. But yeah, who did? Was it Jonathan Gannon who picked his ass up? Because holy yikes. But anyways, thank you, Koch's mom, for getting that fan question in. Now let me jump to Nina's, and then I'm going to get rolling out. But if you guys have any further thoughts, questions, anything on this game, let me hear it. But Nina's got something to say, and I find this intriguing here from Nina, because while she says we've turned the corner now, we're back. Well, I just want to say that we have not gone anywhere, and that's the great part, and I understand the excitement. I get that people, want to get pumped up for, having a good game, but look, good things will happen. Bad things will happen through this game, and Reagor is a Charger, by the way, just dawned on me. But this team, I think you're going to have to understand that, not you, Nina, in particular, but just people in general, how, the season was over. This team is struggling. We got to fire Sirianni, all the dumb shit the media makes up. You got to realize that is just fallacy. They just create these things because they don't understand the fact that this is football. And with our new coordinators, new players that we talk about all the damn time, there's going to be struggles. So I understand what you mean when you say we're back, but we've been right here. And that's the beautiful thing of it. We diehards, we sickos are right here, and this team has been right here learning, getting better. And that's why they get frustrated when, people are booing them and, turning on them like they're Cowboys fans. so quickly. That's where it's weird, because it's like, dude, let this team work on some things and they're going to dominate on offense and defense, and just give it time. We've got some injuries. We've got new pieces. We've got youth that's getting those snaps. We're getting healthy. Guys will come back. It is still we're going into week 8 here. So let's effing go. Let's get excited. We're right here, and we're always here. Right, Nina? We're always right here. And these Eagles, they're going to be right here too, steamrolling teams real quick. And I promise you that you can already feel the change, from the media. So I promise you, dude, they'll be on board. Yes, he is. So look, I think, and that's right. That's 100% right there. And that's my point. This team hasn't gone anywhere. They didn't give up. And that's what's crazy to me. That Falcons game, it sucked. But defense played well all game. And then right at the end, that sucks. Then you talk about, that Buccaneers game was just embarrassing. But the Heat, they just weren't prepared. That sucks. Okay. But, dude, beyond that, this team has continued to show promise on offense and defense. And each game you see the media or the casual fans getting pissed off, and they, have to pick apart something or be mad at it. And it's like, dude, this is football. There's going to be weak spots. There's going to be bad things, but there's going to be good things. And you got to understand what you are able to build on. Like, if you just are a shitty team, you have to come to terms with that. But we are not that. And it's been crazy to see already this season, people jumping ship so quickly and turning on everyone. And it's like, damn, dog. Like, but let's make up for it on the second half here. And look, we talk about this young defensive line and these edge guys, and a lot of these, like Bryce Huff, coming to a new system where he's used to that Jets 4-man front and having his hand in the dirt. And we talk about, we have a multiple scheme D. We should be using guys with their hand in the dirt, having guys stand up, doing both. That's what you're brought in here to do. That's what Reddick did. That's what we talk about with all these guys, Sweat, Nolan Smith. You got to be able to do both, and they do. And Huff, we talk about being patient with him. Let him learn the system. We just like with everybody else, man. So we're staying patient. We're watching this team continue to get better, and we're going to continue to get those sacks. And I still feel very strongly that this defense will dominate. And you've heard me say it. If you watch this show, you hear me say it over and over again. Once you start getting pressure, that's when this defense really works. And once we get Cooper DeJean starting over Avonte Maddox, talk about Sidney Brown coming back, I've thrown it out there as much as I possibly can into the universe. And you just saw the two guys I've been hyping up, both pre-draft guys for me, both last 2 years, Cooper DeJean, Sidney Brown, Swiss Army knives, man. And I'm telling you, Swiss Army knives along with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, it's fun time. Vic Fangio just got some more toys to play with. It's getting rowdy, dude. Parents are out of town. You're building the fort out of crazy shit in the kitchen, the living room, whatever you got going on with the sheets. It's party time. Got new toys in the house. I'm drifting off here. But look, guys, that's all I've got for you tonight. You guys were awesome. You brought some good stuff here. We are enjoying this team continuing to grow, right? We are right here waiting for this team to do exactly what we've said week in, week out. And I'm telling you, they will. And thank you for Drew, I think, called out. We know that they're watching my show, all these little shitters. That's where they get their info. But people have been using some of these sayings I've got, and that's cool. That's what's up. But let them know this is why we were warning them. This is what's going on here. If you're watching right now, this is why I tell everyone not to jump ship. If you're out there creating your own show, everybody sucks. I want to fire everybody. You don't need to do that. Sometimes you got to be patient. Maybe watch somebody that knows what's actually going on rather than these people in the media who drive me insane. But listen to WIP today. See, I don't. More power to you. I don't know how you do it because I couldn't. I would literally call in every day if I listened to that, and I'd be like, I'm gonna, because it's so many insane things, and even the people that are working there, not even just the nut job callers. It's like these people have a very, very tiny idea of what's actually going on in reality, and it shows. But yeah, that's where these people get it from, though. That's where these people that have their own shows, they listen to this stuff and they repeat it. And then everybody's pissed off at me because I'm telling them what's actually happening. And it's like, all right, yep, I'm an asshole. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks when you're Eagles fans again. And then it's like, you see, and then it goes exactly like I say. And then I got to pretend like I don't say it. Or if I say that I said it, it's like, oh, well, you just bragging about what you said. And it's like, well, no, I just hate having to pretend that I don't literally map this all out and spend hours upon hours, days and weeks and months throughout the off season just creating content. And then throughout each week, every day after long hours, I just worked like 60 hours last week, and I still put out a show every damn day to keep you guys up to date, because we're diehards in these parts. And I know you effing sickos love that stuff. I love it. I want to keep you up to date. I want to keep you excited because we don't give a damn. So I'm doing my best to get this content. And I know it takes, sometimes I work so damn late. I get up at 5 a.m. I wish I could make like a 4 a.m. video for you or something, and the info would be out. But it is what it is. We get through as much as we can. I try to give you guys somewhere where you can come watch a show, understand that I know what I'm talking about. I'd like to believe, to some degree. And I love that you guys trust what I've got to say, and I always bring you the facts that I know, and we'll talk about anything else that we don't. But, I think there's definitely a lot of nonsense out there, but I do my best to counteract all of it. Crap, sorry, I just clicked past it. Go Birds, watch BG's Hour on WP to answer my question. That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Okay. So check this out, dude. I don't even know. I don't even want to talk about it. So I'm not going to say anything, because I feel like I'm one of those people, like, if I say something, I just got to make it happen, bro. But if you could see that. So, like, yeah, I need to work some things out. But that's what's up, Dank. But I wanted to tell you guys, and you just reminded me of that. So thank you. But that's what's up, bro. Sorry, not trying to steal your shine there, brother. I would have been the same way. And that happened with brought my kid on with me for one of those things the Eagles do. And Greg Ward answered and felt the same way. It's cool. And so that's what's up, man. I only watch the player videos. No doubt, bro. I don't know what you mean, but whatever videos they got, that's what's up. Yeah, I can't do it. Cannot do it. And you know that's what I got to do. But hey, no congrats here. We'll see what goes down here. Then we'll talk about it. But appreciate you. Let's get some stuff going here with some of these interviews. I have too many people taking my shit anymore, where I can't do what I used to do. Getting tired of it. So look, I love you guys. It's been a long day. Not gonna pull your feathers here. So if you guys need anything, you can reach out. I do appreciate you guys taking the time though, and hitting that like button, sharing, and subscribing. I hate saying that, but I know it reminds you guys, and you're always like, yeah. So thank you. I really do. I do appreciate you. And I always say it, and I hate that it sounds like I'm saying the same thing just to say it, but I want to say it, and it kind of just all kind of comes out the same way because I'm saying it over and over again, but I mean it. I want you to know that I'm always here for you. You ever need anything, you need a friend, you're going through whatever, it doesn't have to be about the birds. Always here for you guys as you are for me. I love each and every one of you. If you guys are watching this later, and you had something to say, you have a question, look, always, I hate that you guys aren't all able to watch these live ones, and I always get your comments. No need to apologize. Look, we all have crazy different schedules. You're ever watching this, feel like you are right here. I'm talking to you right now. It is 7 days later, and you are watching this. I would love to hear from you. 7 years from now? Oh, that's crazy. Love to hear from you too. Let's effing rock and roll. But guys, it's been a long one for me, if you can't tell. But seriously, you guys need anything, tune in here or comment, do whatever. I'm always here every effing day doing what I can. And tomorrow, we'll be right back getting ready for week 8 behind enemy lines. Everything you need to know about the Cincinnati Bengals, the Eagles' week 8 opponent. But that's all I've got for you tonight. So until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!